being a cheap ass. You know, I'm like, damn.
You heard it here first. Joe
Right,
Rogan
right,
listens
Joe Rogan.
to our podcast first.
Right, we're the best. You know, they say people that cuss are more honest. So I'm an honest motherfucker. Put the fish away, Reggie.
It don't even hurt to give birth anymore.
Not for me.
Nothing to it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Come on. I'm ready. I'm ready. I want to do it.
I wear a thong. I got one on right now. You want to see?
Jimmy and Geek. Madhouse Bar Talks, baby.
That is a bunch of shit, if you ask me. That make no sense.
Morning.
Morning.
Got a lot to get into this week. There's a ton, man. What is a busy week? I started out the week just straight having fun.
Straight having fun.
Oh yeah, I got nice and drunk. Took the boat out. We took the boat out to Huron one Monday. Scotty and Chrissy came with me. Took the boat out there. They had never really hung out there before, and we had a blast. We were there all day, hanging out in the sun, drinking all day. We're driving out there because we went from Vermilion, so he put his skis in Vermilion.
Mm.
And he's following. That's what Amanda does, because our jet ski sits on a floating dock or whatever right next to the boat. So Amanda just follows me out with the jet ski, usually with the two, but because they had skis, they just brought they brought their two skis and then Amanda. But their skis on the next level, like they fly. Like ours is like topped out at like 56 or something. Theirs are like 80 some miles an hour.
Which 56 is too fast in the water.
Oh, 80 something is crazy fast. And Scotty was going balls to the wall all the way there, dude. He would fly up past me, then he'd do some donuts for a little bit, then he'd take off again, flying out of hell, going like a bat out of hell. We get into Huron, and Amanda goes, he's gonna be so sore tomorrow. And I'm like, you think? She goes, oh, for sure, there's no question. The way he was going, she goes, he's gonna be sore. So then we had a blast. We had a great time. We're having fun. met this guy, and he had some girl with him and hung out with them a little bit too. Scotty just had a blast. We had a great time, and he's like, dude, this was great. We should do this again tomorrow. I'm like, oh, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm down. Next morning, I get a text from Scotty. He says, I can't do it. I can't move. He goes, I feel like I got in a car accident. Like, he feels like I got hit by a truck, he said. So we didn't end up going. And I'm glad, because when I woke up in the morning, dude, my freaking ankles were swollen, like probably this big around. It was massive. Like, I mean, it was just, and it hurt so bad. My big toe hurt. My knee hurt real bad. And I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I can't figure out why in the hell, how could I possibly be hurting this bad? I didn't go on a jet ski. I was on a boat. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think I might have gout. I swear to God, everything I read about it, like they said, because I know I have some arthritis issues with my hands, you know. So I think that might be what it is. Honestly, I think I might have gout because I read about it. Then I read like what flares it up: alcohol, salt, red meat. So I spent all week now, no alcohol, no red meat, no salt. My ankle feels great. My knee feels good. I haven't woken up sore. And they were saying like that gout, like they said that like your kidneys doesn't filter something. That's what happens. And I've been complaining about my kidney, remember? Mm-hmm. Dude, I think I might have gout. I think I might have it.
It might be age.
Nah, not to make you just swell up like that, though. I mean, why would you just swell up for no reason?
You know, I never hear of young people getting gout. It's always older.
Well, maybe that's true, too.
Is that you or me?
That's got to be you. It ain't me. I ain't got nothing going on. But, yeah, I think I might have gout. I think that might be what's going on. Because I spent all week, I didn't eat any red meat. Well, I did eat a steak one day. But other than that, I had all chicken or tuna. I had no red meats other than the one steak. And then, honestly, Saturday morning, I kind of was sore a little bit after I had red meat. So I think that might be what it is.
Might be.
I really do. I don't know what else it could be. I mean, I really don't. I don't know what else it could be. But at any rate, I still had a blast regardless. I had so much fun. It was pretty crazy. So then, but Tuesday, Dylan didn't want to go to the lake because his friend said he ordered a Kona Ice truck. You know what Kona Ice is? So when you go to like the fair or maybe a big event, a large event, this truck shows up, the Kona Ice truck.
With different syrups and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like that guy had when we were kids that was like just a snow cone truck or whatever. It's kind of similar to that, but it's Kona Ice. It's kind of a big deal, but you usually only have it at like fairs or
Andrew used to have one of them trailers, remember?
he used to have one of those the what do you mean?
It was like a shaved ice, and then they had the syrup in it.
Yeah.
It wasn't crushed ice; it was shaved.
Yeah, I think that's the same thing. I don't know.
Yeah, he had a trailer over there on Oberlin Road
Huh.
at the gas station.
I just got a thing that says our volume is crappy. I don't know how our volume could be crappy. Everything's reading right on here.
Who said that?
Scotty just texted me and said it's not. I got everything at 100%. Oh my God! Why is it every time there's got to be some kind of technical difficulty? I can't figure it out. But it looks like everything's good though. I wonder if. I don't know why it is like that. I got to figure this shit out. That's all I know. It's got to happen. I got to figure it out. It might be something that I did in the audio mixer, like when I was trying to mess with it the one day, like whenever we were having the trouble with her on the phone. Yeah. I might have changed the settings there. But everything looks like it's
I turned my
good.
volume all the way up on it. It's not. We don't have volume.
We have no volume. Seriously? What the fudge? Ay.
Yeah, it's very, very low.
That's what he's saying. That I don't get it. I don't know how to fix it. That's the problem. Johnny Newman said good morning. Yeah, I don't know what the heck to do to make it come up. I don't understand. I mean, everything in the Roadcaster says it's going out fine. Let me look and see if I hit the settings, outputs, microphones, routing maybe? No, that's headphones. Settings, I don't know.
She said it's working on Facebook.
It's working on, that's what I am on Facebook, but there's no sound if it's not working very good. If you can't hear it. Somebody said you have volume. Who is that? Is that Amanda on my thing? Because that ain't me. I don't understand.
Sounds good, but
I don't understand. I was confused.
Yeah, it says we got volume now.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why it won't. I don't know. I guess hopefully it'll be all right. I don't know. Should I stop it? Should I reset it? What do you think?
Everybody's saying it's good now.
Really? What the hell? I didn't change nothing. How can it be good now?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense. Let me see if I got the microphone. I'm not seeing anything. I don't know. I don't see it though. I don't see what the hell. It should be there though. Is that button's right? That button's right? Yeah, everything's right. I don't know. Aggravating. That's annoying because, it's always really good. And now all of a sudden it's not.
It's good. You're good. Roll.
Shay says she has sound on Facebook. Right. I don't know. We'll see. We're just going to roll with it, I guess. We'll see. I don't like it, though. I want it to be crisp, clear sound. But either way, what was I talking about? I don't remember. Oh, Dylan didn't want to go on Tuesday when we were going to go back to Huron to hang out for the day. he didn't want to go back. And the reason he didn't want to go back is he claimed that his buddy Edward that lives across the street was going to have the Kona Ice truck show up. And it's Kona Ice. It's not the ice cream, man. They don't just show up on your street, you know? He's like, no, I called. It's like, okay. We just like kind of blew him off, you know? Sure as shit. I swear to God, sure as shit, we frickin' are sitting there, and this damn kid got the Kona Ice, and the guy was not happy about it. He like literally shows up, and it's just like, you know, the kids in the neighborhood. That's it. It's all there is. There's just the kids in the neighborhood. And I mean, the kid's a legend at this point. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He got the Kona Ice truck to show up on the street. You know what I'm saying? So he's straight legend at this point. He's like the coolest. He's walking around with his chest out. His mom's pissed at him. I mean, his mom was pissed. She's like, what do I even do? Do I beat him? I mean, what the hell do I do?
Well, at that point, you got to pay the man, huh?
I mean, they all went and spent money there, but we didn't have to pay. Like, and from what I guess I understand, it's at least $100 to get them to show up at an event, you know, and then plus you buy. So I don't know. I don't understand.
So honestly, if Dylan did that, you would just go pay the guy.
Oh, dude, I don't even have an issue with it. I think it's that like when she said something about that, I was like, I think you leave it alone. You know what I mean? I think so. I think you just leave it alone.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You gotta go pay the man.
Yeah, right. I mean, I would think you would want to. Yeah, I mean, just let him have whatever it is he wants. That's. I mean, I thought the kid's a legend. Period. That's what it is. The kid is now a legend. I mean, that's just how he is. He's a legend right now. And, you know, that's good. I think it's hilarious. I think that it's like, I kind of taught him something. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think I might have fixed the audio. I think I might have found it. And it is what it is. When we were on the phone with Tia, I was having some issues with her phone, and I was messing with it the whole time that I was in it. So I think I solved that issue now. I think I found it. It was in the filters of the microphone.
Okay.
But yeah, so the Kona Ice kids just out there doing their thing. I mean, it's funny. I mean, it's hilarious. But I mean, it's just. I mean, the kid's a legend. It's just how it is. The kid's just a straight legend. You know, just straight. Got the Kona Ice truck. Which, I mean, if you're like you, probably don't think much of it. But like, cause I have kids, I go like. You know, if you go to a football camp for like Nick Chubb, the Kona Ice truck is there. Or, you know, I mean, it's just not on your street. It just doesn't happen, you know? And this is literally like when you look at that's literally in Mo's driveway. Like it's not even at Ed's house.
Oh, that's the actual picture?
Oh, that's the actual picture, yeah.
Put it back up.
Yeah, that's the actual picture. And that's in Mo's driveway. So Edward orders the Kona Ice truck to Mo's house. He doesn't even order it to his own house. He orders it to Mo's house. I mean, it's hilarious, dude. That is one of the funniest things I ever heard of in my life. But I mean, you know, the kid's learning how to get shit done, right? I love it. I think it was great. But yeah, his mom's like, I don't even know what I should do. Is he in trouble? Is he not in trouble? Like she has no idea what to do with it.
Oh yeah, he got to be in trouble because they'll do it again.
Well, I don't think that they would do it. Like, how did he trick the Kona Ice company into coming out? That's the thing. Like, I don't even think like they would do it again. Like they'd be like, no, that's that kid. You know what I mean? That's just what'll happen. So I don't know. I thought it was hilarious, but yeah, he's walking with his head held high now, you know. Mm-hmm. So I guess we'll get into the big thing that happened yesterday. Did you see the Ricky Pearsall from San Francisco, their first round pick?
Yeah, he got shot.
Yeah, somebody tried to rob his Rolex from him. And he took the gun from him and shot him back after he was shot in the chest.
Damn.
That's a bad dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not getting hit in the ear a little bit. That's like he was shot in the chest. But I don't think he's going to be playing football. Like, he's in the hospital, like, in bad shape.
Damn.
I mean, they say stable and he's going to make it, but still in pretty bad shape. You know what I mean? So that's not good at all. But, yeah, I mean, why would you try and rob somebody that's like a NFL football? I mean, he's a wide receiver. It's not like he was a lineman, so he's not huge, but he's probably still pretty goddamn big. Even a small guy in the NFL isn't somebody you'd go rob. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they probably don't know who the hell he is.
I get it, but you've seen how big he was regardless. You know what I mean? You see him. He's an athlete. You see him. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you got a gun and a motherfucking athlete.
Nah, well, yeah. I mean, isn't that the old saying with Colt? Yeah. God made men and Colt made them equal.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just that's just pretty bizarre. But that happened yesterday, so I'm kind of curious to hear because that guy is obviously in the hospital that tried to rob him because he shot him. Yeah. So they both went to the hospital. I don't know if he survived or I don't know.
What state was it?
It's San Francisco. He was like on his way to like an event of some sort, like something to do with the 49ers. He was doing, I forget what it was, like a meet and greet or something to that effect. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah, so that's pretty crazy. And then we have I wanted to bring that up too. Our neighbor here, the barber next door, Felix.
Yeah.
He was in a bad car accident, and I wanted to bring up him, and there's a GoFundMe out for him for anybody that would be interested in helping. But Felix, they call him Felix Blends, but he's a barber next door. He got in a bad accident on 57. From what I hear, he went off the road, hit a sign and stuff like that, and he's in the hospital. He's going to be in there for a long time, and they're looking for some help just to, help his wife and kids because obviously he can't cut some hair at this point or whatever. So if anybody wants to go help out, it'd be greatly appreciated. You can find it under Felix Blends on GoFundMe. And I just put up a picture of it. You could see it. It's like a caricature of him in a clippers with like a Puerto Rican flag on the clippers. So anybody who wants to help him out, I mean, it was a pretty bad accident, and he's a real good friend of the restaurant. He comes in every day, usually grabs something to eat, usually wings, and has like one beer and leaves after he gets off work. You know what I mean? He just stops in, gets his beer, and goes. So we just want to kind of try and help support him any way we can and wish him a speedy recovery with that. So that's two people in the hospital. That I guess we get them both out of the way at the same time, right? Did you see the video in Aurora, Colorado?
No. Yeah, I did.
Where they're breaking in the door or whatever.
Yeah.
They said I don't know what to believe with that. I'm trying to figure out, like, 'cause first of all, if it's true, like that, some of the stories you hear are like they took it over, like New Jack City style. You know what I mean? Like they just run the shit, like collecting rent from the tenants and everything. That's some stories you're hearing. Other ones you're hearing, they're like they're just like in there, but they're not constantly harassing everybody. But there are gun battles and stuff going on, but amongst themselves or gang members, other gang members, or whatever it is. But they haven't like taken it over. And then you hear like other people saying like the owner's out of state and the places were condemned, and he's just trying to like make a big deal out of it and all this. So I can't figure out
the truth on it.
Yeah, I don't know where the hell it's coming. Like I don't know if it's. I really don't. I can't tell. I'm trying to figure out if it's.
Well, the thing I heard was that Hell's Angels are heading that way.
Oh yeah, and they're teamed up with two other gangs.
Right. I don't remember which name.
Mongols and somebody else. I don't remember the third one. But they keep saying they're heading down there to straighten it out. You know, just stand clear. They're coming. They said, you know. But they're saying like that. I can't even remember the name of that. Like that. It's a Venezuelan gang or whatever. I can't remember the name of the gang. It's like some weird name. Like it doesn't doesn't. It's not easy to say, that's for sure. But they're saying that they put out a thing to shoot cops. Like that's like
Damn.
they're saying shoot the police. But see, I don't know what's true, what's not true.
Right.
I mean, you're hearing all this shit, and it's like, first of all, if it's true, it should be on every news channel everywhere. But I mean, Trump brought up the video when he was at the thing. Fox News has brought it up, and it's like, I don't know. Is this like election propaganda? I can't fucking tell, dude. I honestly, I can't tell with this one. Because then we saw one video that showed like they had the place completely evacuated, one apartment complex with the fence around it, and everybody was evicted out of the building. That was one that I saw. But then somebody else said, yeah, that's true. One of the three, but two other ones are still occupied, they said. So, but there's like a councilwoman or something for the city that went in and like helped some lady move out of there, like to get out of there, supposedly. So I don't know I really don't know what to do with it. Like, I don't know in my mind, like, what am I looking at it? Is it real? Is it not? And that's sad that's how you got it. But I know that video is real as shit. Those kids coming in with the gun. I mean, that's a real video.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're beating the door in, and I mean, something happened for sure, right?
Yeah. There's some kind of truth to it.
I would think so, yeah. And they're interviewing that. What did she say? Their interview of actual tenants that are through this shit. Yeah, no, I've seen. Yeah, I do see it. That's what I'm saying. But then the mayor, like, he admits it's going on, but like it's not as bad as it's fucking insane. But from what I've heard, everything I've heard, Venezuela literally are letting people out, like criminals, out of prison, with the agreement that they have to go straight to the U.S. and they're paying their way to get there too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, if that's the case, that would make sense. You know what I mean? Because they're saying it's like a prison gang or whatever. And they're saying it's happening in other places. I think Texas said there was a place in Dallas, I think, that was doing it.
They want to fuck around in Texas.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I don't know. They don't know that, though. If you're from Venezuela, you don't know that. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know. You don't understand that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's probably not the place to go. Texans are a little wild.
Yeah, they are wild. They all have guns.
Yeah, they love their guns. They'll be welcoming that. Come on.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, is Colorado, you're not allowed to carry a gun? Like, why is nobody in the apartments got a gun to protect themselves?
Well, one against how many? You know?
Yeah, but I would think at least one or two has a gun in there. And a whole 3 buildings of apartment complexes, none of them have a gun? John just said that they're letting them leave without harm. They're letting them, because I think they're taking over their units. I think that's they're letting them. Yeah, I think so. I think they want them to leave actually, so that they can like basically live there. If it's true, even like I said, I don't even know if it's true. I have no idea.
Some kind of truth to it for sure.
Yeah, but what is it though? That's the point. What's true and what's not true? That's the key. Sadly, that's what you got to deal with. You never. I mean, you're just constantly lying. And you know what? Speaking of lying, fuck that bitch Kamala. Anybody who's voting for her's got to be insane. First of all, where's the Kamala signs? Because I ain't seen a one. Have you? I ain't seen a Kamala sign. I think he's gonna take over like Reagan did. Like Reagan won his. I think it was a second term. I think only one state he lost. I think it was like Idaho or something. I don't even know what state it was. Like something up there by Minnesota, I think. I don't know. But anyways, I think he's going to dominate it that way. I think it's all bullshit. Did you see Mark Cuban's post? Mm-mm. Mark Cuban put a post out and said, who would you rather have who would you rather have as a parent? Right? Trump or Kamala? And Mark Cuban now, for the record, he's liberal and hates Trump. You know? The owner of the Dallas Mavericks. He put it out there, and it was like 70-something percent or 68% were Trump and 30% were Kamala. It blew up in his face. And then every time that Elon Musk puts one out there, it's like 80%, 70% Trump. But yet when you see these polls on TV that's like, oh, it's neck and neck. They're so close. It's like, I don't think they're even remotely close. And then after that interview she did, 40 days. Okay. J.D. Vance, okay, Trump, when he got shot right before the Republican convention, puts J.D. Vance on the ticket. He's done nothing but interview since then, constantly, and he's good at answering questions, by the way. He's very good. I could understand why you would let him just speak his mind because he's very good at what he does. He stands by what he's doing, and he's very good at answering his questions. I like J.D. Vance a lot. I didn't know who he was coming into this, but I really like him. But anyways, she's been on it for 40 days. She's been the nominee for 40 days. Won't do an interview. Finally does a recorded interview. She brings fucking Tampon Tim with her. Why? Why is her vice president sitting in the meeting? She needs him to hold her hand while she's in her. And then she doesn't even answer any questions. Nothing. Like, what are you going to do day one? I'm going to help the middle class. How, bitch? How? Tell us how you're going to help us. Please tell us how you're going to help the middle class. You can't just say a stupid blanket statement. And then she's saying she's not for fracking. She's not for the... She's a lying... Anybody who frickin' sees that, she is just... And she's stealing Trump's campaign. She's literally... Anything Trump says, that's how you know Trump is the best option, because everything he's doing, she's trying to say that's what she's going to do because she knows that's what the people want. What the hell? But she ain't going to do any of it, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe she is. But if she does, that's a change of but it just makes no goddamn sense. I mean, you can't answer questions to reporters?
Well, the only thing I can say is that debate's going to be funny.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if she bailed out, honestly. I really wouldn't. I mean, this election cycle has been crazy enough as it is anyways, but that that interview just pissed me off. There's no reason for it. I mean, everything that she was asked, she just flat out was like, oh, I never said that. You know what I mean? Or she said, they asked her about fracking. Her whole campaign when she was running for president the first time was she was banning oil. She was the new Green Deal. She was the most liberal there was. But she says, oh, no, I made it clear on the debate stage. Because they asked her when she interviewed with Pence, or when she debated Pence, they asked her about fracking, and she said Joe Biden isn't going to ban fracking. But then the first thing he did was shut the pipeline down. Who cares? That was like freaking, that killed how many guys did we have coming in here that were working on that pipeline? Do you remember?
Yeah, there was a bunch.
Oh, yeah. We had like 10 customers we lost instantly because their jobs got cut and they disappeared. Went back home because they were travelers. They were staying in a hotel or whatever. Fuck that. I'm so aggravated with that. I just... You know what? I can't believe that she even stands a chance. I really can't believe she stands a chance. I don't know who would vote for her. You would have to be damn near retarded to vote for her, I think. I mean, honestly, I would think that you would be mentally handicapped if you voted for her. I really believe that wholeheartedly. I've never seen anybody so damn stupid, and she won't answer a question. Like I said, what are you going to do on day one? I'm going to help the middle class. Oh, okay. How? Give us something that's going to help the middle class. Tell us. Her only thing she said is that she's going to frickin' try and control what you can charge for food, which you can't do that. You're going to tell everybody they got to raise everything else, but like they can't charge what it costs to make the food? Okay, how are they supposed to stay in business? And where does the gouging stop? Is it just at the manufacturer? Or does it happen here? Or does it happen just on a farm? Where does it happen?
We'll see. We'll see what happens on the debate.
Yeah, I can't. She's out of hand, in my opinion. Just completely out of hand. And then to have to bring Tim Waltz with her when she comes in. Why? Why was he in the interview at all? He didn't say nothing. He just sat off to the side. It was stupid. It was like she had her dad there to like what? You know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like. Like her dad was there to protect her if somebody said something crazy. And then what was that? Did you see the Trump train yesterday?
What?
The Trump train thing that was going on. You didn't see that? I don't know what the hell it was. I have no idea. I'm coming home from the restaurant yesterday, and I'm in downtown Elyria at the light. All of a sudden, this semi-truck comes by. The semi-truck has this huge, massive Trump flag on it, and then it's got like the blue line flag, and it's got some other flags, and they're honking, and I mean, it went on forever. There was so many cars, dude. They're all doing it. They all got Trump flags. They're all honking and hooting and carrying on. And I'm like, what the hell is it? I even actually recorded a little video, but it was like towards the end. So I didn't get like the front end where it was really like impressive looking when I seen it. But I'm like watching this whole thing. I go, this is crazy. So I'm telling Amanda about it. Danny beeps in on me like while I'm telling Amanda about it. So I get on the phone with Danny. I go, what's up? And he's like, dude, I was just leaving the house. He goes, and there's this Trump parade thing going on. I go, yeah, I seen that. What the hell is that? He goes, I don't know. I'll let you know. I just got in line. He said it went down to like Lions Park in LaGrange, but he said they went through Grafton. They went everywhere just doing the same thing. And then they went to Lions Park and had a big cookout. But I don't know what it was for. It just supporting Trump, I guess. I don't know what the hell it was. I've never seen anything like that. I never have seen nothing like that. It was nuts, dude. It was huge. It was a massive freaking convoy of Trump flags and trucks and cars just on a Saturday, just cruising the roads. It was wild. I never seen nothing like it before. It was cool. I mean, semi-cool. I mean,
why didn't you just follow?
I had shit to do. I got shit to do. It's the reason I don't get to do. I didn't get to go see Kenny Lofton either. I wanted to go see him. He was doing a meet and greet, and Amanda had me told me all about it. I just didn't have time to do it. And that's like, I mean, I want to meet Kenny Lofton. That's one of my favorite people ever, you know. And what else do we got on here? Oh, the SpaceX. Did you see that? Did you see that the astronauts that went into space that are stuck out there now? Yeah, like they went to they're in the they're just stuck in the the capsule up there, the space station or whatever. They're supposed to be there a week. They're like, yeah, there's some issues. We'll see you in February.
Damn. Hopefully they got enough food.
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
In February? And then I heard Elon Musk has to go get them. Like it's a Boeing but I guess like SpaceX is who's going to get them, I guess. I mean, that's scary shit. You think you're gone for a week? Like you say, did you pack properly? Because that's important, right?
I'm sure they got reserves.
Yeah, it's like February.
Wow.
Dude, that's deep. That's pretty far out. Yeah, then they're saying Elon Musk has to go get them, and how does Elon Musk have a better space program than like NASA does? I don't get it.
Because they probably got regulations and rules, and he just breaks them all. It's like, we can just get it done.
Yeah, that you don't want that to be the case because that's like that submarine that went underneath. Yeah, fuck that. No thanks. Also, did you see that Candace Owens thing about space, like where she was talking about it?
That's fake.
Yeah, and she's like going like, I don't understand because she's saying like you can't go through that like outer crust or whatever because it's like it'll burn up or the radioactivity.
There's so much radiation at that
But
point.
I thought that was the whole point of everything is like you have to calculate the window. There's windows you can go through. Isn't that the whole movie with the black ladies that were calculating the math to it and all that?
Yeah.
Isn't that the whole thing? Like they have a window that goes through that crust that they have only can go through that window?
No, I think after that point, then it's the crazy radiation she's talking about. So I think you still cross through that radiation.
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so though.
But anyways, yeah, she was saying like doesn't happen.
Yeah, she says that's absolutely insane. Never has happened. We've never. Is that true though? That she said we've never been to the moon since 1969?
I don't know.
And then she's talking like they're live streaming from the moon. Like in 69 technology, like it is kind of questionable. Like that makes you kind of wonder, you know.
I don't know. That was pretty good though. She kind of had a lot of good points.
She did. I mean, she really did. But I just thought that they had like that window that they could go through. That's what I always was under the impression.
Yeah,
There's like I thought that's what they
where they could go through it.
Yeah, like there's and I that's what I was under the impression. They had to hit that window just right or whatever. That's what I was always told.
Then you see all like everybody's commenting on all the actual footage and shit. And then you look at it and you're that's kind of fake.
Yeah, I mean it. I've always thought that. I've always said that it doesn't look like real. It really doesn't look that. But
and
I mean, how do you know what the moon looks like? And but it's the streaming part. You know, that's a pretty good point. Like, how the fuck was she streaming before like cell phones? And I mean, that's a great point, dude. That's a really good point.
But look at that's some of the videos are so ridiculous, and it's like they got videos of them landing. It's like, who put the camera there? Right? It's like, who put the camera there before if it's the first landing?
When he first walked out there, yeah.
It's like, who put the camera?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. She's got a lot of good points. I bought the book. I ordered a book called Chaos that she suggested. I want to read. I'm getting ready to read it, but it's got part of that is in that book.
So okay. You know how like they say a little bit of radiation just screws up the film.
Mm-hmm.
The film back then. So how is it supposed to be so much radiation and they got a camera going?
Yeah, I don't. Well, the radiation would be only in the belt. I don't think it's on the moon. I don't think.
I think it was on the moon. That's what they're all saying. That how is the video? If it was film.
I think it would get destroyed coming through. I think like that's what they're saying. Like it would have got destroyed coming through the actual like the
you know what the
belt.
Main thing that really gets me is they lost the technology. That's the one that really gets me. So the technology from what, 68, 69?
They lost? No, who said they lost the technology?
They've been saying that. That's why
I heard that before.
Yeah, they can't put people back on the moon because they lost the technology.
I never heard that.
Yeah.
I would call bullshit if I heard that. I never heard that.
That's why.
I'd have to look that up. I never heard that before. I never heard that at all.
Okay, well, just look it up right now. Just look up why can't we go back to the moon?
Why can't we go back to the moon?
Technology.
All right.
Yes.
Why can't we go? They can't say that.
Okay. They lost the technology.
Why can't we go back to the moon? That can't be true.
Okay.
Please tell me that's not true.
That is true.
NASA allowing the public are not willing to take on that level of risk again, especially after the Challenger and Columbia disasters. No real sum of money sent astronauts to the lunar surface for a few dozen hours. It doesn't say what you said it would say. And while technology has advanced in the past 5 decades, the fundamental challenges of landing on the moon remain the same. Distance, roughly a quarter mile. I don't see that they lost the technology.
Yeah,
I don't see that anywhere.
They destroyed it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Yeah, yeah.
So you got so much technology since then till now, but you can't go to the moon.
But it hasn't changed. They're saying that's what it just said. It hasn't changed the challenges. That's what it's saying. Like the technology we have doesn't change the fact that it's that far away, that it's all those different things, and the landing on the moon and stuff. Technology hasn't fixed that. That's what they're saying.
Okay.
But I mean, they're saying it's astronomical cost. It's this, it's that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But there's nothing that says they lost the technology.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You'll find it.
I will someday, but not today. That's funny, though. Hey, we lost it. Wait, we had it. We were there. But, it's gone now. I don't know. I had it in my pocket. My wife washed the pants.
Freddie took it home and he lost it.
That dumb bitch never checks the pockets.
Hector took it home. Hector took it home and we just can't find it no more.
Oh, I can't do it. I can't.
Oh, shit.
Oh. And that's the other one that I was going to talk about was that the Trump letter that came out too, or not the Trump letter, the Zuckerberg letter. Zuckerberg wrote the letter to Jim Jordan saying that Biden campaign pressured them into basically squashing anything that was COVID related or even comical jokes. They wanted them taken off of there, and there's a letter right there. But he sends it and basically says he wish he wouldn't have done it, and he wishes that, he would have took a stance and blah 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 blah. Which is all well and fine, okay? It's a nice letter, okay? Thank you. Well, I appreciate you finally admitting the truth. You know what I mean? That that's I'm gonna give you a thank you for that. But how come I keep seeing shit that's like, well, my wife shows me, I swear to God, on the daily, my wife is showing me something that's banned because it says it's false information, but you could still see it. You could click on it. It says, this has been deemed to be false information. Some of the stuff that she showed me is like Bible quotes. Like literally just like saying, let's thank God for this or that. Like it's not, and then they're just saying this has been deemed false information. The fuck is that thing doing over there? Is it just AI doing everything or something?
Probably.
I don't understand. Like, why is that happening? I don't get it. But he put that. I think that he's either leaning towards Trump now or he just wants to be on the right side when Trump gets in office, maybe. I think that's why he came out with. There's nothing on that doesn't tell me that he's shooting to help Trump out. Honestly, I mean, there's nothing that I see in it that would say it's anything other than that, right?
I ain't see it.
Oh, there it is.
Well, I don't. You can't even see it on here. It's blurry.
Yeah, you got to zoom in on it and all that stuff. But it's basically he's saying that that the Russian collusion stuff, that they buried it, and that they buried and he's saying Biden Harris did it, and I really feel like that's messing with the outcome of the elections, but they seem to not give a shit about that anymore. Nobody seems to care. That's like, just go ahead and mess with it. Post whatever you want. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. The whole thing is aggravating. But yeah, Zuckerberg put it out there. He says that he keeps saying that that they did that, but yet they're still doing it. You know what I mean? In my opinion, they are. That's what it looks like to me, is that they're not, like, they're letting you see it, though. You just got to click on it after it tells you it's false information. But it's not, the problem is it's not like they're saying Kamala worked at McDonald's. They're doing it for that. It's, like I said, it said something to the effect of, like, somebody who said something about God and God we trust type stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they're taking that all out of.
Yeah, that's just doesn't make sense. That's not. But that's not Congress. Facebook isn't Congress.
No, I'm saying Congress is taking the God thing out of everything. Schools and
yeah, they want that out, which I have always hated that. But
then you got
that's why they get rid of the pledge, right? A lot of places.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't understand.
It's kind of our tradition, and they're taking it out.
I mean, you can understand the argument is that they always say that there's supposed to be separation of church and state. And that's kind of like the big thing, is that there should be separation of church and state. So I agree with it to some degree, but at the same time, I don't think there's anything wrong with God when you say God. If you said Jesus, then I would see there's an issue with that. Or if you said, I don't know, Jehovah. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you said
specific God,
but when you say in God we trust, like when you say that, that's each of ours God. You know what I mean? But they're trying to include somebody who doesn't believe in God, I guess, is the point, maybe? I don't know. I really don't understand where it all comes from and why it's that big of a deal. Somebody went for the fight for it for some reason,
Yeah, it's probably the same person that allows guys to go in the women's restrooms.
Did you know, Ed, did I tell you about Amherst Schools? Did I tell you about that? Did we talk about that on here?
I don't know.
Amherst schools, like there's a project being Anthony 40 years working on it. Joe's doing the job. It's they're converting the bathroom. It's one bathroom now. Yeah. They're gonna have one huge bathroom with a window from the hallway where you can see into the bathroom, and then every toilet just has its own stall. So you and your girlfriend can sit next to each other and just shit. Just fucking, you guys could have Taco Bell breakfast on your way into it, and you could go sit next to your 14-year-old girlfriend and just shit and drop fucking deuces.
Wow.
And listen to each other fart up on the toilet and shit everywhere. That's fucking, what the hell's the matter with them?
I don't know. That's too much.
I mean, I get the whole point, like you're in your own private thing. I get, but fuck that, dude. That's just like, come on, dude. I don't want freaking the girls I went to school with fucking hearing me shit or anything. I don't want to hear them shit.
Right. Their tampons and shit.
Well, I mean, whatever about tampons. You shouldn't hear that or nothing. I mean, I guess you have your privacy.
Right.
But I mean, girls do girls shit in girls' bathroom.
Right.
Boys do boys shit in boys' bathroom. Let it stay that way. What the fuck is the matter with people? And Amherst, of all places, that's a pretty conservative town. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why would such a conservative town do such a thing?
I don't know.
That's, ugh. Yeah, they're just, I don't know. I don't know how that even became a thing. I mean, and here's the thing. How many transgender kids do you think are in that school?
3, maybe 2, 3.
2, 3, maybe. And how many do you think will be transgenders by the time they're 20?
Probably saying 2 or 3.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, they with the FR.
I don't know, dude. I've seen, you know how many, because if I'm guessing, most of them are probably girls being boys. Most of them. That's what I see the most of transgender, like around here when I see in high school. It's girls acting like boys. But regardless, maybe there's boys acting like girls. I don't see that, though. I never see that. And usually it seems like they're just experimenting. And the next thing you know, they're dating girls or dating boys or whatever again. They go from back and forth.
That's just opening up so many cans of worms.
There's no reason for it, dude. There's just no reason. Just go in your own fucking bathroom. It doesn't make sense. Like, why?
Why are you bending over catering to these few?
She said, Crystal said that there's a shit ton of boys acting like girls. I don't see it. I mean, acting like them, but they're not like dressing like them. They just, I mean, most of the boys nowadays act like girls, if we're being honest. I just don't understand that. It just is silliness. It does not make any sense. What's going to be next? We're going to shower together too?
But I don't understand how, like, people are paying for this. Like, who's paying for this?
You tax dollars are paying for
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
100% tax dollars are paying for all of it.
99% of the people that don't agree with it, they're paying for it.
Mm-hmm. That's the biggest problem. And here's the thing: if you have transgenders in your school or whatever, and you do want to cater to them, give them their own bathroom. They've had them forever, like anyways, like family bathrooms,
right? Like
universal family bathrooms. They have them like at Kalahari. They have them. I mean, they've had them in many places. Hospitals have them. Like, I mean, what's wrong with just doing that? That's a lot cheaper for the citizens, the tax-paying citizens, to build one little bathroom for somebody else to go into that doesn't want to be classified or labeled as a boy or girl, which
I don't even care about that argument. I'm saying who's paying for it. That's all. That's what I'm like.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot cheaper to build one bathroom for somebody who doesn't want to be labeled as a boy or girl. One single, like, universal bathroom, with just one stall, basically. Maybe even 2. Even if you built 2, it's a lot cheaper than renovating the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
But
you got boys, girls.
And universal or family, that's what they call them in a lot of places, is universal or family. But it's not. They were never considered transgender. That's like if you want to take your little girl in, like me, when I had Alexa, if we wanted to go when she was a little girl into a bathroom, it would be always better to go in something like that rather than go in the bathroom with all the boys and urinals and,
the same
stuff
thing
like
with the
that.
mothers taking the boy in the girls' bathroom.
No, see, I think mothers always take boys into the bathroom with them. They always have because they're all stalls. The difference is in men's restrooms, you have urinals. That's I think where I think it changes it a little bit because of the urinals with the taking a little girl in there, you know. But either way, but it's weird because
they have them bathrooms you're talking about at the mall.
Yeah, family bath. Yeah, that's what I mean. They've had them forever. Like, just use those ones. I mean, if that's the issue, because my thing is like, it's like, don't label me, but they want labeled.
Right.
That's my big hole that I was, because I was watching a whole thing about labeling, and it's like, that's exactly like, for someone who doesn't want labeled, the whole world wants labeled right now. Everybody's labeled something, liberal, him, her, they. Like they want labels for every goddamn thing,
But
and it's like,
don't label me.
But don't label me. But we want to put labels on everything. Everything has to be labeled. Everybody has to be. They want to label your personality and tell you what disorder it is.
Right,
they want to. I mean, it's not disorders. It's personalities. People have different personalities. That's the wonderful thing about being human is that we all have different personalities, and that's wonderful. That doesn't make them disorders by any means. It just makes us human. But everything that you do, they try to label it as a personality trait or fault or whatever they want to do, and it makes no sense. And and that's probably the biggest reason we have all the division, because I don't carry the same label you carry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. Like, why keep labeling people? It makes no sense. And that's all they keep doing. Label.
Right.
Label them.
So what's the sign going to be on the bathroom?
I don't think there is. But then there's freaking like that glass window. Like I didn't see the whole thing how it's set up. But if there's a glass window from the hallway looking in, so what? Girls, when they go to do their hair, everybody can watch them from the hallway. Or if a guy goes and combs his hair in the mirror and washes his hands, they could watch and see who's washing their hands, who's
Just
not.
don't put a fucking door on there.
I don't understand why there's even a window.
Right.
I don't understand why you got to see in the bath. I mean, I guess I do. I guess I shouldn't say that, because I guess that's probably to make sure that
Dude ain't sneaking in with his girlfriend.
Yeah, like that kind of shit isn't going on.
This shit's going to cause all kinds of problems. I guarantee it.
Everything they do, the mess with shit, they cause more problems, I think.
Yeah,
I feel like that's how they do it.
It's just a start, and then it's going to cause this, and that.
How long you think before we start hearing news stories about problems?
As soon as within a month. As soon as they open up, within a month. Guarantee it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
Look, I ain't no genius, but I'll tell you what. It don't take no genius to figure that out. There's going to be all kinds of problems with that.
Sadly, it's going to happen everywhere. Now that they've done it, it's just going to keep continuing everywhere.
Well, I don't think
Amherst
is setting the bar.
No, it's a bunch are doing it.
Yeah, that's what
a
I'm
bunch
saying.
are doing it. Amherst isn't the first. I think it's just going to become the natural thing now.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's fucked up, dude. Do you know what? Being a teenage kid is hard enough. Like being a teenage kid, like you're trying to figure out yourself. You're trying to figure out like what you want to do in life. You're trying to figure out everything.
Right.
And you're scared of embarrassing yourself. You're scared, and then you're just like, here, go shit next to everyone else. Like it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you do this?
I don't know.
It just doesn't. It's causing problems, is what it is.
That's exactly what I feel about it.
It's definitely causing problems.
Causing more problems than what it's going to be worth.
Yeah.
And like I said, 99% of the people that are paying for it are the ones that don't want it.
No, they don't agree with it. That's the biggest problem. But your tax dollars are gonna pay for it regardless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like me. I got to pay my cook to frickin' hang out behind the bar.
Yeah, I seen that.
Oh, it's driving me nuts. I mean, he. First of all, I have cameras. I see it happening all. Every time I look on the camera at the bar, he's behind one of the bars somewhere, and I'm like, this. So yesterday, I seen it. I go, I messaged him. I go, dude, there's got to be something in that kitchen to do right now. And then I didn't hear from him. And then as I was leaving, he catches me outside and he's like, oh, I just got your message. Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, I mean, Summer gets everything. I go, no, there's something to clean or something. I promise. There's something to do besides be behind that bar. And he's like, all right. Oh, God, that annoys me. And you know what? I worked in that kitchen back there.
There is no room to
I have never had a spare moment. there was always something to clean. There's always something to clean. And because you're cooking with grease and shit like that,
wipe something down.
a week later, after you cleaned it, it's ready to clean again. It's a whole cycle. And it's just, and people just sit back there. And then the worst was like when Sean was here, he stopped by too, tried to talk to me again. But the worst one, when he was here, he wanted me to pay people to come in on Sunday to do it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because that was when we were closed on Sundays. Get all the cooks to come in and do it all on one day. Like, do it while you're working. Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Right. That's what I did when I was back there. I had no issue.
Summer does too.
And Summer does too. And so did Bryce and Angel and them did that.
Yeah,
but
Angel
these newer kids aren't doing it. These newer guys aren't doing it like that.
Man, every time I go back there and there was 2 cooks back there and Angel would be tearing something apart, cleaning it.
Yeah, I mean, every time I was here working, I was cleaning something. The whole time I was here working in the kitchen. Every time, if I didn't have food prep or whatever, I was cooking.
Right.
You know, or I was cleaning, I mean.
Yeah,
so,
Angel. I remember Angel doing it. Bryce, Summer. Who was another one that was good at it?
To me, that's like, if you're going to be a cook, to me, that's number one priority.
Yeah, that's
clean.
Part of
you got to have a clean surface.
Of the job, yeah.
It's like washing your hands before you eat. You got to have clean. It's got to be clean. How do you cook food if it ain't clean? You know, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was here. I was like, why are all these cooks walking behind the bar, grabbing, stocking and stuff?
I have no idea what that's about. They need to stop, though. It's got to stop. That's driving me insane.
I remember the rule was no cook was behind that.
That is the rule. That is the rule. That's still supposed to be the rule.
They used to come out and get something to drink.
Speaking of which, I saw Molly yesterday.
Oh, I did too, coming out of the store.
Yeah, at the dollar store. That's when I seen her. Yeah, I haven't seen her in forever.
Yeah, I waved at her.
She used to love to come and stand out front. Yeah. She's the reason we made the rule, actually.
Yeah, she was standing there like...
no bra, sweatshirt.
No. That other girl that came out, remember? Like, in her bra.
Oh, that girl. That girl came out in her bra to get popped, though. Yeah. She wouldn't hang out there. But, yeah, she'd come out to get popped. She's in a sports bra.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, my God.
Hey, people.
But remember Molly accidentally bleached her one Madhouse shirt and everybody
cool
wanted one?
Yeah. I was like, where'd you get that one? That was cool.
It looked like a camo shirt or whatever. It was sweet. It was cool. It really was.
Yeah, I accidentally threw it in the whites.
It looked good. It looked like she tie-dyed it. I mean, it looked real good.
Yeah, I was like, that's cool as hell. I said, where'd you get that one? I was like, I'm going to go grab me a couple of them. She was like, yeah, I accidentally threw it in the whites.
I miss Molly. She was sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was a cool one. One of my nice ones that worked there.
Yeah. Through
time, or at least she came across nice anyway.
Oh, I'm sure she has her moments.
You think so?
I know so. Yeah.
She had her teeth up, by the way.
Yeah.
She came in here without those teeth, dude. That was one of the funniest things that ever happened, I think. That's still to this day one of the funniest things. She had no teeth for a couple days. We can't talk about it?
Go ahead.
So she told you who had her teeth and that they were holding them because she owed them rent money or something, right? She was staying with them?
Yeah.
And you know him personally. Yeah. You called him up and go, give Molly back her damn teeth.
Yeah, he tried to explain it to me. He goes, she owes me money. I said, I don't give a shit, bro. Give her teeth. Next day she came back in with her teeth on. That shit was funny.
Oh, my God. Might be one of the funniest things ever.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I was like, I don't care, bro. Give her teeth. But I said, no, bro. You got her teeth, man. And he's like, all right. Next day she came back. She goes, I got my teeth. I was like, yeah, cool.
Oh, that was horrible.
Yeah, that
and
was
she's
bad.
not as old as I thought she was.
She's only a couple years older than us.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Yeah, that without the teeth though and stuff, it makes it like freaking
Rough.
Yeah, it makes her age a lot. It looks like, you know, quite a
was
bit.
So fucked up.
That was crazy. Like it took her teeth. Like
Yeah.
what the hell?
I'm holding them. You owe me money. I said, give her a fucking teeth.
How did he even get them? That's what I want to know.
Because he lived there.
I get it, but where did she have her teeth out that he got to
Maybe in
him?
the kitchen in the jar. I don't know. I didn't ask all that. I just said give her back her teeth.
Oh man, she needs to get some of that denture bond that holds them in good. And never
Shit.
take them out.
A padlock. Oh, that shit was hilarious.
Oh, it's too much. That's too much. Too much.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was mad. I was like, what happened to your teeth? You lose your teeth? She said, no, he got them. Oh, shit.
Oh man. So I got one more thing I definitely wanted to get into for sure that I had on my list that I seen and I can't believe. So California is got a bill on the table right now to give 0 down, 0 interest home mortgages for illegals.
Oh my God. This country's getting fucked up.
Why? Why do they get everything, we get nothing? I don't get it.
I thought we was gonna do some history shit.
And that's our tax dollars. I got into history. I definitely
Let's go quick into it.
Well, it started. I actually what started is I watched that tornado. The tornado. There was a documentary came out this year because this year is the 100th anniversary of the tornado that hit downtown Lorain. And all these years I always thought that it was straight down Broadway. It came, you know. And I put it on because it's the 100th. This guy made it up, and it's a 100th one. And I'm like, okay, let me check this out. It turns out it came up on Lakeview Beach. Like it started in Sandusky, went out over the lake,
Got bigger.
then it became it was pretty big in Sandusky too. It killed people in Sandusky too, but it came up on Lakeview Beach and took out that concession stand that was there. The one that we saw when we were kids was a rebuild of it. The basement was still there, like where the shower rooms and all that. That all stayed. But it was brand new when a tornado hit, and it wiped the building out that was up above it. And so it came up on the beach there, and it came across and ran Lake Avenue to 7th Street all the way down to Broadway, and then went across Broadway, basically. Maybe went north and south slightly, but mostly just went across it over the lake and onto the east side, and then kind of dissipated and then dropped back down in like I think it said Bainbridge or something like that. And it was pretty interesting, like just watching about it. It's the fourth worst disaster or fourth deadliest tornado in the U.S.
Wow.
That one was. And it's the deadliest in Ohio, but it's the fourth in the whole U.S.
That's
Oh yeah, it's big.
that was a category 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And it was all hitting houses, and I mean, like I say, from Lake Avenue to 7th Street, straight up, and it was occupied then. It's not like it was, fields then. They had houses in there. It was just tearing up houses and lifting. A lot of the houses got lifted straight off the foundation, which I feel like nowadays hurricane straps and stuff like that would prevent that. You know what I mean?
Think?
Well, because the houses stayed intact, but the houses were being lifted off the foundation. Literally, like they were being lifted up and dropped back down, but they were, everything was, basically ruined at that point. You weren't going to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I mean, they didn't like, some of them did. Some went sideways. Some went that. I mean, it was pretty wild. But I watched that, and then you came in, and we started getting into it, and we started looking it up. And I guess there was like in 1916, there was a train wreck too in Amherst, which I never knew nothing about. I've seen the caboose down there, that red caboose, I guess, is a memorial to that. And it was, it's that they say one of the worst train wrecks at that, that's been in for years and years, like deadly and everything else too. That's one of the like top, I forget, 10 or something, like deadliest train wrecks. Yeah. And it happened right downtown Amherst, basically.
Damn.
And they had some lady that was, I forget her name now. We were talking about it. She was an actress, and she was on board, but they said she was the number one, like that. Like there's nobody that big today, because it was silent films and stuff like they said there was nobody that was as big as she is. There's nobody today that's as big as she was then, and she was on that train, survived, was out there helping get people saved and stuff like that. I can't remember her name though. But it was pretty interesting. And then I just kept going down that rabbit hole because I've been entering a bunch of stuff on the computer. I'm trying to catch up for my accountant. But so I've been playing it as it goes, you know what I mean? So that train wreck thing I got into that fire, how Cleveland's river caught on fire in 69. Wasn't even that bad of a fire, honestly.
No?
No. Well, I mean, it was, but... they had far worse, but 69 is just the one that got attention. But like the actual picture that was in Time magazine is from 1952. Apparently, it had been catching on fire forever. Like it just was constantly catching on fire.
Just dumping shit in the river?
Yeah, because of all the industry that was down there, just dumping everything into the river. And like they said that they would have oil spills in the one documentary I watched, and they would just squeegee it into the river. Yeah, they would just squeegee it into the river. And then the fires would start because the trains were crossing the river and the sparks from the wheels on the track would ignite it. That's what was igniting it. And they said it wasn't even, they said it's not even unique to Cleveland. Like they said that was something that was happening all over, like Chicago, New York was having the same problems.
That's why all them industries built by rivers.
But ours was the one that gained national attention in 69 because it was during that hippie world, you know what I'm saying, where they're like free, peace, love. But did you know the EPA is because of that?
What?
The EPA didn't exist before that, before 69 when that fire happened in Cleveland.
Oh.
That was a result of the fire in the river in 69.
Damn. Cleveland.
Yeah, that was a result of it. There was a bunch of stuff I seen that Cleveland was a result of it. And then what about all the
actresses and shit that really came out of Lorraine?
Yeah, we were looking at that one girl,
one lady,
Nam Cates. Nam Cates. She's from Lorraine. She's like 43 or something like that. 40. She's like my brother's age, so he might have even known her. You know what I mean? Yeah. And she.
I didn't even know
did some pretty good acting job. Like I can't remember all the different movies right off the top of my head, but yeah, there was a bunch of different movies that she was in. But now her whole thing is she's in the incel.
I still don't understand that shit.
So I don't understand why she's into it, but she does a podcast now that it's called the Incel Podcast. And she does this podcast, and it's basically, I had never heard of an incel before. But apparently incel means involuntary celibate. So in other words, they don't have a girlfriend or sex or whatever, but they want to. It's not like they're trying to be celibate, but don't have a choice because women don't want them.
Why is she involved in that?
I don't know what made her
crazy.
I'm like, I don't know where she got that, like. It's weird because she's a pretty lady. Like that's the part that like she's an actress. She's a beautiful woman. And she's an actress, and she's the one that's like talking to these people and she's their enemy at that point, right? Or no?
Oh.
I mean, you would think that's like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand where that comes from.
I don't either. That's crazy. But anyways, it's just strange that she would be involved in that. And I'd love to ask her why.
I've reached out, but she hasn't gotten back to me. I reached out to ask. I'd love to talk to her about it too, because it's fascinating to me that first of all, I didn't even know it existed. She said there's a huge, huge world. And it probably has a lot to do with online social society now instead of, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody's like out meeting people out and about, and I would guarantee most of, and I'm making shit up. I say guarantee it, but I'm making it up 100%.
Guarantee it, 100%.
Chances are, they're probably like freaking people that sit behind a computer screen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I would guess. That would be my guess. They're probably not people out just like hanging out and socializing with normal people.
We might be talking about this totally crazy that we're so wrong on everything. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I didn't even heard of that shit.
I had never either. But it's a huge, like, because I listened to a couple of her podcasts. I listened to her do an interview on another podcast after I did that. And I was just because it sparked my attention because I had never heard of such a thing. But then after I'm listening to it, I remember in California, there was a kid that went on a shooting spree or something like that. And it was something to do with being an incel. I kind of remember that. He considered himself an involuntary celibate, but they didn't call it an incel. They didn't say that on the news.
Well, that's
what it stands for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's a whole ass community out there that's weird. That just that's what they get kicked out if they brag. She said, if they were like, I got laid last night, they'd fucking boot them in a heartbeat. They just block them right from the whole community. Is what she said.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, right. I mean, it just like there's no bragging. Like you can't Yeah. I mean, do you think some of them are just unrealistic? Like because they watch Pornhub and. Although Pornhub is where we do need labels, just for the record. We don't need to be clicking on no crazy shit there.
You're like, wow, she's beautiful, and all of a sudden, swang.
That's the only spot we need labels. The rest of the world, we don't need labels. But no, I mean, is it an unrealistic thing? You know what I mean? Like that whole like. I first of all, I feel like Pornhub and all that kind of sets people up that way, anyways. Just in general, like I think that people get in there and the fantasy and the what's on screen, it's not going to relate in real life. It's not how it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? You try to shoot a load on some chick, she's not going to be like, she's going to go, oh, why'd you do that? You know what I'm saying? That's just what's going to happen most of the time.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's an unrealistic. I mean, most of it is an unrealistic.
Well, the problem
you're not gonna pull your dick out and some girl's gonna give you a hand with it. You know what I'm saying? It's just not the way it works. Although Pornhub would make you think it does. You know.
Well, you get the girl that watches Pornhub too. They'll be like, "That's what you're supposed to do." But anyways, that other actress, there was another actress, a very popular actress she was popular in the 70s and 80s. And she was from Lorraine, and she played in a movie. She's like got a lot of big movies. And I didn't ever heard of her before. From Lorraine.
What was her name? You don't know, remember her name? I didn't see that one.
But she was with Robert Redford and Paul Newman. That's how big she was.
Yeah, that's pretty big, yeah.
And she was from Lorraine.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that came out of Lorraine that I didn't think.
Lorraine, Elyria.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Lorraine.
another. Do you know another thing that I came down with that history? Do you remember them finding that guy in Twinsburg? Like they finally identified him through the familiar DNA. There's this guy in Twinsburg years ago. Now years ago, I'm talking. They found him. I don't remember that, but they found the guy. But some guy reopened the case. Like I don't know. I don't know what it was, like 8 years ago or something. It was a while ago. And when the familiar DNA stuff came about, you know what I mean? So it was like right around the time, probably before I got the bar, or right after he had reopened that case. So they had this guy. He was African American that was in Twinsburg. They found behind like. Some kind of factory or something. They went to go dump wood shavings or something back there, and they found this guy back there that had been back there a while at that point anyways. And they could never figure him out. They never could figure out who he was. tried DNA, I guess, in the 90s, couldn't figure it out. But now with the familia DNA, they thought maybe they could figure it out. And they did. And it's a guy from Cleveland. His name's Frank Little, maybe, or something. I don't know. He was one of the original OJs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He was one of the original OJs, it said. Like, I was watching the whole thing, and he was one of the original OJs. And then he went to California with them when they first started taking off. But he stayed a very short time because he missed his girlfriend, come back to his girlfriend, and didn't go on with the OJs when they did it. But he originally started the OJs with them. Like, he was one of the original fixtures of the OJs. How he ended up there, who killed him, I don't know about that. But that's who the guy was that they couldn't find. They finally figured it out. Ended up in Twinsburg, like, in a ditch. Freaking crazy. Like, there's so many things like that, dude. And then, grave robbing, I mean, we've heard about it. That was a bigger problem than I realized.
Oh, in Louisiana, when that Katrina hit, because they're above. They're in tombs. They're above. They was robbing the shit out of them.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like in the 1800s. They would go dig up graves after people were died and sell them to the colleges. The universities would pay grave robbers to go steal bodies so that they could dissect them and like do research on them.
That's nasty.
That's what was going on. And it wasn't uncommon. It was pretty fucking common practice. They said the one university was giving them $25 a body in like 1847.
Oh, well, that was probably big money.
And it's not as much as you think. So I was curious. I'm like, what was that? I did the
Math.
The thing. Yeah, I went and checked it out. And I'm like, Toni Morrison, is that who you're talking about? Toni Morrison? Brian Rowe just said Toni Morrison. Is that who you're talking about?
No.
Anyways, and now I'm sidetracked again. Oh, I did the math. It's like about $980.
$1,000.
That's what it converts to today. It says $25 converts to about $980.
Ugh.
So they go dig up a grave. And there was two of them doing it. The one because there was a whole one that got caught.
You know what? I think there was a movie on that shit.
It's fucking crazy. Like you always heard about it. It's like, why would you go dig up people's bodies? But now I know because they'll say they were selling them to the colleges.
Yeah, but then what I'm talking about, what they was doing, like people was buried with their rings and shit like that. So
yeah,
rings
right,
was
yeah.
Like a big old diamond back then was,
yeah.
Now what it would be worth? You know what I'm saying?
Right. So that's a whole different level.
Right.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, but they was probably making more money than that 900. Yeah, they was taking them tubes and like, because it was a storm, there was no law. You know what I'm saying? They was going over there and just robbing the people while they were asleep.
Yeah, there was like
there
was like a huge case that happened in Cleveland, like in 1847. It was a Willoughby. It was somebody in Willoughby got theirs robbed or whatever, and they found it under the floorboards at the university. And then when they got in there was like 4 other bodies in there, like 4 other people. 1847.
Oh.
So they would just like steal these. They'd steal these damn bodies and go sell them to the university. You know what I mean? Empty graves, constant empty graves.
Yeah, what are you talking about, Toni Morrison?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Wasn't she a book writer or something?
I don't know who Toni Morrison is. Yeah, Halle Berry was from Cleveland. Yeah.
We're more towards Lorraine, but
yeah, we were looking for Lorraine, Elyria, Lorraine County. Yeah, actually, is what we were looking for. But yeah, I started getting into all those different things. There's so many different things I got into, like even like downtown Cleveland. I was reading about that, how it got started. Mm-hmm. They said that the guy that like Cleveland is named after, he was like a surveyor. He came out and surveyed it, had it named after him, and had never been back since then. Never was.
This place is a dump. No.
Well, back then it was beautiful, I'm sure. The first original guy that really settled right in the flats. Like that was the first spot, was the flats.
Oh, I'm sure.
Was like where everything started. And then industry took over, and then they burned the fucking place down. Just dumping oil and grease into everything. Oh, man, that's just nasty, dude. That's freaking...
Well, before that, they probably had little trenches where
Before nothing? What do you mean?
Like when cities were being built, they didn't have no plumbing. That's probably where all the crap went.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Probably still does.
I don't know. No, it goes through the plants and stuff.
It does?
What? When you use the restroom, it goes through the plants.
You sure?
Yeah, there's one right here down the road.
It's a sewer treatment plant?
Yeah, so I'm sure they got all kinds of.
What do they do with it, though? It just let it do like a septic would? Just basically compost until it...
Yeah.
Really?
They put chemicals in it, pile it up.
And then put it in our drinking water.
Put it in your garden. We used to sell that dirt. Hey, it was the best shit ever.
Well, they were saying like too, like I guess like antibiotics and stuff they say goes through that, like that whatever they do with those treatment plants, don't get that out of there. So when you put it in your system and use the bathroom and then it goes back, it's in your lake water. Like it gets into the lake water.
Oh, yeah.
All the like anybody who's taking antibiotics or
Antibiotics, any pills.
they say well, however they treat it,
Birth
doesn't
control.
take that out of there.
Yeah.
Birth control, really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
I never thought about that one.
Yeah. I just heard that one not too long ago.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's pretty scary thought, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like just freaking yuck. Craziness. But there's a lot of crazy shit that went on in Cleveland and a lot of stuff in this area too, and a lot of stuff that got started here. Like EPA got started because of the river fire. And oh, you know what? That's something else I wanted to talk about. Like, but you know how like the school, like you have to have all the doors exit properly. You have to have escape routes and stuff. That started in
Panic
Cleveland
bars.
too. That started in Cleveland too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure did. It started. That was like the worst. Like it was like 56 kids died in a school in Cleveland, in Collinwood, actually. 56 freaking kids died. Couldn't get out. Yeah, the whole thing like just went up, and it was because they had a hot steam pipe next to wooden rafter basically, and it just lit it up, and the whole thing went up in flames. It was nothing like. That was nothing like nobody did anything wrong or nothing. It was just the building codes didn't account for like putting insulation on steam pipes and shit like that back then, I guess. And steam pipes get hot. Have you ever touched a steam pipe? Oh my God. When we worked at Goodyear or BF Goodrich, oh my God, they have them steam pipes up in the ceiling.
I wouldn't think they'd light something though, huh?
Oh yeah, I would think. Oh fuck yeah, you would. Oh my God. When we worked up in the ceilings, like when we're doing drywall, we got to top out those pipes and stuff. When we get up, and you might have to get in there. If you accidentally bump them fuckers, dude, believe me, you would know they'll light something on fire. Them fuckers are hot. I mean, not like the hot water coming out of your faucet hot. I'm talking like if you boiled hot water and then dumped it on something, it's hot. I mean, they're crazy hot. Those pipes are no joke whatsoever. Not even a little bit. But you know that, and that speaking of building codes, did you see that they changed that I just saw this the other day too. They changed the electrical code nationally. You're not allowed to put an electrical outlet on the side of your island anymore.
Why?
Because the kids like could rip the crock pot down.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? My brother did that when he was a kid, Chris. He pulled up a tea kettle down and burned his whole stomach real bad. Like he was real bad. When he was a baby, I remember like my dad having to do the gauze and like it was nasty. It was bad. But it wasn't a cord though. I don't know. It was, he pulled the actual tea kettle down. But yeah, that's the safety hazard is now that you can't have that. So now builders can't build with plugs on the side of the island. That's a weird code. But here's the thing. So I have an island at home, and I don't have a plug on the side of my island.
You're ahead of your time.
Yeah, I'm up to code. Just saying, I'm up to code.
Yeah.
You know how we put a crock pot on the island?
With extension cord?
Yeah! Yeah!
That's crazy.
Across the whole fucking kitchen, dude. What the fuck?
Right.
Which one's better? People are fucking retarded, dude. This is what I'm saying. They make rules that fucking make no sense for no reason.
Right. Damn.
So now there's no plugs on the island.
Bullshit. I guarantee when a motherfucker done doing their shit and it got passed in code, they're going to have an electrician come in and run one into the island.
Well, what they want you to do is they want you to put like either a pop-up You know, or like when I had my island on Albrecht, I had like the bar. So I had the counter type and a bar height. And in between, I had outlets.
So then they're going to put an outlet on the top, and then they're going to have an issue with water and shit going in that. You know what I mean? Like being
And
flat
that's
on
why
top.
those are not flat. Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, if it's
There's
in
gonna
that
be
type
issues
of
with
thing.
that too. Watch. It's just stupid.
Well, all I know is plug wise. If I'm on my
extension
island, I
cord,
run an
right,
extension cord. That's
right.
how I have to do it. I don't have another way to do it.
Because you don't have one plugged.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy.
So that's what the world's going to be doing now. They're going to be running extension cords, and their kids won't trip over the one, but they'll trip over that one, apparently.
You know, you ever see the one where you think it's backwards, where the ground's on top?
That's how they do a lot of them now.
Yeah, but
The
you think
electricians
it's
do
backwards.
that.
Right. You think it's backwards. That's the way it's supposed to be.
That's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, the commercial electricians told me that.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, that's the way it's supposed to, because they do it in commercial projects. They're always that way, and I'm always like, it just looks weird to me.
Yeah, because you're used to the other way, but that's the wrong way.
That's weird, though. Why is that the wrong way?
Because when you drop something, metal or something, and it hits both of them at the same time. But if you have it like this, and that ground's here, it's going to go like that.
Oh, okay. But it still could go one way and hit both of them.
No, not if.
Yeah, if it hit at an angle on one way, it could still hit both of them. I mean, it'd be less odds, but
No.
it could. Because the ground is the same as the neutral.
Right. But
They're the same. They're the exact same.
I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be.
Your white lead, it runs off the exact same thing as
Your ground.
your ground. Your ground and neutral are hooked to the same fucking bar inside a box.
That's the way it's supposed to
But I don't know why we have to do it that way. Why can't you just run one wire all the way out?
be. I don't know.
I mean, am I wrong or no?
I think you're right, but I don't know why it says that.
I don't.
That's what I've heard.
I mean, I see how it's hooked up. I'm telling you, I promise. That's how I've hooked them up. You hook your neutral in the exact same thing you hook your ground wire into, and then run two wires from the same bar out. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it.
I don't either.
Chantel, is it on the side of the island, under the counter? That's what matters. If it's under the counter on the side of
What
it,
is she talking?
she said she has an outlet on her island. That's what the rule was. And that's a new building code, so anything that's there is grandfathered in or whatever. But I mean, yeah, if it's on the side of the island, not like if it's sitting on, not if it's in the top of the island or like in a backsplash. Like that's how it was at my house. I had them in a backsplash at my other house. But yeah, that's what they're saying anyway. I don't know. I don't agree with it, I don't think. By the way, we did do this on Facebook this week instead of going back to YouTube. I think we do way better on the Facebook than we do on the YouTube, I think. From what I see anyways. And at YouTube is like people are having trouble logging on it to be able to chat and stuff.
Yeah, that new code is stupid. I'm still thinking about that. Yeah, that's real dumb.
No, they did in 2023. The National Electric Code changed that. It can't be on the side of the island.
I wish we got involved in that shit. We go in there and say the same shit what we say right here. Like, is that stupid? It's better to run an extension cord.
I think the problem is that when that happens, like when they change a national code, I think for you to fix that at this point, I think it has to go in front of Congress.
Jesus.
I swear to God, I think it does. I think for it to be eliminated, you have to get approval from Congress, I think, on it.
But like I said, most people that have, and it has to be inspected when they're done for like to pass.
Yeah.
Most people are going to call an electrician and come put one in there.
Yeah, probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you want power at your island. You don't want to run an extension cord
Right.
across your whole fucking kitchen to
Right.
get to it. That's stupid.
Right. So, like, to change that law as a rule or whatever.
They're looking out for you.
Yeah. Okay. So they're going to give me a trip hazard. Fucking stupid.
Well, that's like Avon, the city of Avon, I think. I don't know if it's Avon or Avon Lake. One of them, it's illegal on commercial property to have a nosing on your stairs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which is bizarre to me. Because as a carpenter, they taught us in school that you need that nosing so you don't trip going down the stairs so your heels don't catch. And what I see in what goes on in Avon, I think is they just tilt them. So you still have the safety there, but there's no actual nosing, but it's like it is a nosing from it being tilted. The riser's tilted out. on the commercial projects. But yeah, that's nosing is illegal there. Isn't that bizarre?
So a woman with some high heels is gonna trip like a motherfucker.
Brian Rowe is telling everybody to go to the cornhole tournament at the Croatian Club at 4:00 today.
Well, thanks for advertising that on our podcast there, buddy.
Oh, I helped him out. I set him up, giving him all kinds of people to beat him. He said that's how he's going to spend his 35th wedding anniversary.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 35 years. It's been 35. Yeah, it has been 35 years. God damn, we're old.
He is, not me.
Yeah, Jesus, 30. Well, is it? Wait a minute. Is that his 35th anniversary? Is that right? Yeah, it is. God damn. Wow. Holy crap. I remember when he first met her.
Yeah, me too.
That's crazy.
35 years ago.
35 years ago in the Rainbow House. He was in the Rainbow House 35 years ago.
Well, that's it for today, I guess, huh? What else
I
you
would
got?
say so. Let me look real quick. I'll check real quick
Yeah, I'm gonna look real quick and see.
and see what else I had out there. I think we talked about pretty much everything that I had on my list.
We need to get more into the Lorraine history. There's a lot.
There is a lot, but I
just think
I
it's
think that
interesting.
maybe if you want to get into something like that, maybe we can just do maybe me and you could just do a whole history thing on one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Like separate of the podcast, where we go out, maybe we find it, because we can get all the photos we need if we go down to Lorraine, the Historical Society, and we tell them what we're looking for. They'll pop
I've never
up.
been there. You been there?
Yeah, I got a bunch of pictures from there. I got a bunch that I want to have printed and put in the bar.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I've got a picture of them. I've got a picture of the Baskel Bridge there with the other bridge that was there before that, still in the same spot. And it was a rotating bridge, the one that was there before that. I got a picture of the Henderson Bridge when it's built on both sides. You know what I mean? It's built on both sides, but not connected in the middle. It's just open in the middle. I've got a picture of that.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, I got quite a few of them. But we could get photographs from back in the. We pick a subject, and we can go out and we could just do our own little History Channel thing on it. We'll make up our own Lorain County history, I think, and we'll go research it and get into it. It would be fun.
It's got a lot.
Yeah, I think it would be fun. We'll make you the face of it. I just want to do the genetics or the
genetics.
I just want to do like the behind the scenes, record it, watch it. You just be the face explaining everything, talking and walking them through everything.
There's like some interesting history in Lorraine. And like you said, Lorain County.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely. I mean, Lorraine was a badass
city,
place at one time.
Yeah.
I missed out. I seen that guy was here. I didn't even know he was here. He was at Lorraine Palace Theater. I was watching about the Cleveland, because I'm on this history shit that we were doing. I was watching about the mafia and like Cleveland's history, but you know how they were connected to. And there was a couple things that were cool about it. One was that the first ever meeting between all the bosses of the mafias in the U.S., you know, like when you watched Godfather and they're all in that, you know where that took place? The first one ever? At the Statler in Cleveland. True story. That was the first one ever, was a Statler in Cleveland. That's how connected this city was at one time.
Yeah.
But he was coming to Lorraine in June. I think he went June or July. I missed it either way. He was at the Palace. He came in.
Who are you talking about?
What the hell's his name? Dan Bongino.
Is that the one that him and that one guy get into it all the time?
Yeah.
really care
He's
for
like
Ricky.
the mafia. His dad was in the mafia. I think.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I think half the shit he says is bullshit.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. Chantel says that. Yeah, I know. I went to school with them. Jerry Evans and Ray Harris. Who else was in the NFL? I didn't know anyone else. Did you?
No, there was more though, but I just don't.
There definitely was more. But yeah, Ray Harris and Ray, he was older than me, but yeah, I knew him. And Jerry Evans both. Jerry Evans' wife worked at Moen with my ex-mother-in-law for a long time. Matt Wilhelm, he was in the NFL? I don't know that. There's a kid from Clearview that's in the NFL now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Hitchens, in it?
Hitchens, that's it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We were wanting to look into some of the history though. But I think we should do it. I was thinking about it. I like the idea of doing like our own little Lorain County history channel. I think it would be cool.
We could do something.
We could set it up, get the camera. And plus, you know what else I think about it? I think it would be a way for me and you to do something outside of the studio and learn about it more. You know what I'm saying? Like how we would want talking about taking this, going, like, I think it would be cool to set up cameras, do the outside the studio and see how it comes out. You know what I mean?
I think Lorraine's got a lot of history that we don't even know about. Nobody knows about.
There's so much. I mean, you're talking. I mean, you're talking. I mean, the Steinbrenner. I mean, one of the most famous people in the world was right here in Lorain, building ships. You know what I mean? Like it was a lot of. There's a lot of cool shit to the city of Lorain, and the area and Elyria too. Like I mean, there's like we had huge links to like the automotive industry when it first started. There was, I forget, there's like a car that was produced in Elyria that they don't make no more too. I can't remember what it was.
Probably the Gremlin.
Nah, that looks like some Elyria shit.
God damn,
I definitely seen a lot of gremlins in Elyria back in the day.
Ugly ass car. Jeez,
I'm just a silhouette.
Dude probably modeled it after his girlfriend.
Wayne's World, party on. All right, we're going to get out of here. And when we're getting out of here, everybody please still go subscribe to our YouTube channel, TikTok. And don't forget to go if you can come help. If you could help Felix next door, he definitely could use some help. Well, the wife and kids could use some help. And doctors are taking care of him, but I mean, he's still got bills to pay. So we're getting out of here. We'll see you next week. Peace.